today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 areas of the city that are best for moving for young professionals. Hey, ready to party? No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of different choices in this city. In fact, Baltimore has over 200 neighborhoods to choose from. So stay tuned for my top 5 picks. And the last one might surprise you, so stick around. Hey there, I'm Persia, founder and creator of Baltimore Inside and Out. I'm also a local realtor here in Maryland in the Baltimore area. And if you are looking to learn about living, working, playing, and just generally having a great time in the Baltimore metro area, then stick around. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm here to provide information, tips, and strategies about moving to the Baltimore area. So make sure that if you haven't, to click subscribe and also to tap the bell for notifications whenever we drop a new video, so you'll always have the latest on what's going on in Baltimore Metro. Baltimore, Maryland is known as Charm City, and I think that the reason for that is because it's a bigger city with a small town vibe. People are super down to earth and friendly. It's kind of different than DC because it's not the whole what do you do, where do you work kind of vibe. It's more about who you are and what you're into. So Baltimore is a really fun and down to earth kind of place. The city is also really great for young professionals in my opinion because it has tons of craft breweries. It's an amazing foodie town. There are tons of restaurants, there are festivals, parks, outdoor activities, lots and lots of things to do for everybody, no matter what you're interested in. Architecturally and historically, Baltimore is a super old town, but it's a young town demographically, with the average median age of residents in Baltimore being only 35 years old. So it's great for young professionals. Let's get into it. Here are my top 5 places in the city if you are interested in living near other young professionals. Okay, number 1 on the list, not number 1, they're not in order for like which is best, which is worst, but number 1 on the list is Mount Vernon. And Mount Vernon is one of my favorites because it's architecturally beautiful. It's known as Baltimore's cultural center, so you have tons of restaurants, museums. Again, the architecture is amazing. It's also really LGBTQ-friendly. So there's lots of things to do. There's always festivals going on, so that's a center where there are a lot of festivals, events, and things like that going on. So I definitely would recommend checking out Mount Vernon. There's going to be a variety of different housing choices for you there. For example, there could be apartment buildings that are divided in row houses. There are entire row homes. There are new apartment complexes, so it's really diverse in terms of the type of housing you can find. And some of the views and old architecture and the light in these places are just amazing. So I would highly recommend it. Okay, number 2 on the list is Canton. Canton is a popular place, I think, because for young professionals, it's an area that, again, has a lot of bars, restaurants. It's in South Baltimore. It's closer to the water. It's another place that has festivals, lots of events going on, lots of restaurants, lots of bars, lots of breweries. So it tends to be one of those places where people congregate who are younger demographically. So it is number 2 on my list of best places in the city for young professionals, Canton. Number 3 on the list is Federal Hill, and Federal Hill is one of the most popular neighborhoods, I think, for people who are transplanting. It's kind of one that stands out, I think, because of the architecture. I think because Charles Street is kind of a main stretch and thoroughfare that has lots of bars, restaurants. It's super walkable. It has a lot of scenic parks. It has museums like the American Visionary Arts Museum. So it's another place that's not only gorgeous, you know, has water views, you can see downtown, but it's also a place that has a lot of activity and a lot of action. So if you're looking to meet other people, if you're looking to go to great happy hours that are a walking distance from your row house, then Federal Hill is definitely a place that you may want to call home. Number 4 on the list is Fells Point, and Fells Point has a dear place in my heart. I love it so much because it's really a waterfront community. Broadway and all of the areas with bars and restaurants, you really can see the water. You can take the water taxi all around town. Again, bars, restaurants, lots of things to do. One of my favorite things about Fells Point though are it's the historic charm, just like Federal Hill or other places that has the cobblestone streets, and it's just a really gorgeous place. I love it because they have a bunch of waterfront cafes. My favorite is Patango. I don't know, I love to go there, so I would highly recommend it. There's lots of different places, like my favorite record store is down there, lots of little clothing boutiques and eateries, and again, it's waterfront, so it really gives that historic Baltimore harbor charm. You can see boats and people kind of traveling in and out, so definitely recommend Fells Point for young professionals as well. Okay, last but not least, and I said that this one might surprise you, and this one is Hampden. I think Hampden is an excellent choice for young professionals because it is walkable. The Avenue or 36th Street is a really popular location for eateries, boutiques, coffee shops, cafes, everything you need right in one location. I also think that the price point is pretty good. You probably can find things between the $250,000 to $350,000 range, but they also have new construction properties that are in the $600,000 range. So you certainly can find, you know, from lower end row houses all the way up to new fancy construction. So I think that that's good to have that variety there as well. And in general, Hampden just has that Baltimore funky charm going on. So I think that if you're a young professional really looking to explore Baltimore's flavor, Hampden is a really good place for you to settle. I want to end the video by saying Baltimore has over 200 distinct neighborhoods, so this is by no means an exhaustive list of neighborhoods for young professionals. There's so many places that people may want to move to depending on their particulars, but I think just in my experience, especially with working folks who have relocated from other places, who are in their probably mid-30s down into their 20s, these are the most popular neighborhoods. So I hope that this was helpful. And if you are looking to make the move to Baltimore, I help people every day who are relocating. So make sure to call me, text me, do a Zoom call with me. All of my information is going to be down in the box below, and we can connect and I can help you make a smooth move to Baltimore. Have a good one. Bye.